Hello everybody, it's Pandamaroo Draws again, back with another video. This time I'm testing out some gansai tambi paints that I was gifted. For those of you that don't know, gansai tambi paints are traditional Japanese pan watercolors, and they come in these big pans because I'm pretty sure their original use was for Japanese calligraphy. So, you know, you gotta dip that big calligraphy brush all the way in the pan, so a half pan wouldn't work. One thing about gansai tambi paints is the binder that is in them is some kind of, I think it's like animal glue. So if you are a vegan watercolorist, I would stay away from them. A lot of people really do like them though, because they are very vivid, but they also lift very well, except for standing colors, obviously. But I mean, they're called standing colors for a reason. So for this, I I actually did two little portraitures of everybody's favorite art assistant, and these are in my Hanamule sketchbook. And you know, it was just to test out the paints, it was just to practice, but mistakes were made. Mistakes were indeed made. I really like watercolor painting, but something that I often forget about watercolor is you have to be very patient with it, and I'm just not that patient. Not when it, I don't know. So I kept forgetting, and I kept trying to like pile on colors on top of already wet colors, and everything got like really muddy really quickly. It was not the best, but you know, it's fine, I guess. Like it's not for anybody. I just wanted to practice, and I did have fun painting it. So I feel like that's what really counts. But you know, as I'm watching the footage back, I just see like mistake after mistake. Like, look how wet it is. And okay, at least I stopped to work on the shirt, so at least I had a little bit of, hey, maybe this is enough. But let me talk about the paints. So one of the things that I really like about the paints is the vibrancy, but something that I'm not gonna say I didn't like it, but I just didn't realize was I thought it would move more. Like I would put colors down and then they would just be like, no, I live here now, this is me. And I don't know if it's because I'm just used to working with you know, like different watercolor brands that, you know, that do move. Like so one of my favorite watercolor brands is Core, and a lot of people don't like them because that paint is everywhere. Core, when you put Core paints down, it's like it's running away from home. They are all over the place. It's actually insane. But Core Sennelier, the student brand, I forget what the little aquarelle is. Oh my gosh, my country behind trying to speak French. Oh, I can't stand it. But anyway, Core Sennelier and Van Gogh watercolors are probably the watercolors that I've been in the trenches with the most, and those three, for the most part, you can like, if the paper's wet, you can move them around. So I think I was just really used to that and really expecting that. But the thing about watercolor is it's unpredictable. That's why some people love it and that's why some people hate it. And I just, like, you're about to see, like, here it comes. When I try to like dilute it out, you see how it's just like, no ma'am, no, I live here now. No, I'm not. you thought. And so it was just a lot of mistakes like that. But it's like I said, it's fine. This is for practice. Here's my problem. And if I'm speaking for myself and this isn't a problem for you, I'm so sorry that I'm, you know, including us all in this. This is a royal we problem. I want to experiment. And I don't mind making mistakes, as long as the mistakes work out. I want them to be pretty mistakes. I don't want to make a mistake and then it's ugly. And I know that's not in the spirit of things, but I feel like everybody feels that way. Like if you mess up and it works out, it's like, oh, look at this. This is so convenient for me. But if you mess up and it ruins everything, even if you can very easily draw it again, it ruins the day. Also, talking about another mistake. So For the first portrait I sketched it out in oh my gosh, I use them all the time, a Prismacolor Coal Erase pencil. But the second one I used, it's a mechanical pencil, I think it's the Pilot Eno. And you can see when the water touched it, it smeared everywhere. And I was using like an old ratty t-shirt that I painted, and I just used the paint on, and I dabbed it. I don't know how I didn't see all the fibers that are caught on this thing, because I'm looking at it now and it's all I can see. It's all I see. I can't focus on anything else. It's just like, get it out. Get it out. I didn't get it out, you guys. But I really enjoyed working with these gansai tambi paints, even though one, they didn't move the way I wanted them to, and two, my mixes were not good. I have seen many watercolor portraiture artists just like use all these different colors, and it just turns out so beautifully, and I want to get there, but I'm just not there yet. I don't know, like the first one, he just kind of looks gray, and the second one, I mean, spoiler alerts, he doesn't look gray, but he doesn't have I have a very ruddy face baby, and he just doesn't have that kind of the ruddiness. Where's the rud at? Where's the rud? And you see, I'm trying to like get the pink in now. So my plan for this one was to like put the like undertones under and then paint over and see if that made it better, which I think it did help. I think because I had made so many mistakes with the first one, I did a little better with this one, but not so much. Like, once again, like, I'm just working this painting like to the ground. Like, his whole face is pink now because I'm just like moving it, and I'm just overworking it. I was not panicking, but it wasn't going my way, and I was like, okay, well, if I just slap some more color on it, it'll fix it. Like, I should have stopped and just waited right here for it to dry before I started doing all this. I was also kind of hoping that if it was still wet, it would like mix better, but no, I should have just waited. Like, that's the thing about, well, I mean, to a certain extent, you can like layer watercolors for a while and it'll, all work out. But because I was being impatient, it just didn't work out. And now you see, like, the colors are just getting like muddier and muddier. This Hanamule sketchbook is like crying because it's so saturated in water. You know what? No, we're turning this around. I don't want to be down on this. I don't want to be down. Did they turn out the best? No. But did I learn some valuable lessons? Yes. And isn't that what this is all about? Question mark, question mark? I don't know. But I like the paints. I need to get used to them. Here's the problem I have. And I wish that I could go back in time and stop myself. When I first got into like watercolor, I had like a little bit of dough, but not a lot of time. So I would just like buy paints and be like, oh, I can't wait till I get to use them. And now I have all these different brands. I wish I would have just bought like one set, one type of paper, and really used them until I figured out, like, this is what to do, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. Because it's kind of hard to really master watercolor. Well, not even master, but really get, I don't know why I put that umber on. It's too much. Anyway, back to my first point. It's really hard to kind of like get a hold of it and stuff when each watercolor brand's a little different. Some of the papers are different. Like, I wish I would have just like, bought like, I don't like Winsor & Newton. No offense, but I don't. Like, I do like that Van Gogh set. So I wish that I would have just bought the Van Gogh set, got some of that Canson watercolor paper that everybody loves, and just used them until they were no more, until I figured everything out. But That's not me. That's not the panda you all know and love. Also, this was before I found out not this video, but like me buying all my art supplies was before I found out I had ADHD. So I feel like that's a huge contributor to it, because now I kind of know, like, you know, impulsiveness, especially like impulse shopping, is like a serious issue that I have. So I really try to stop myself. But yeah. So the plan with this too was when I start this out, I want to just do it with the gansai tambi paints, but because I was so unsatisfied with the way they looked, that I broke out. I got some of those really expensive luminous Caran d'Ache luminous colored pencils on eBay. I was like, ooh, yes. So I busted those out, and I think it's probably because I was using cold press watercolor, but they just kind of seem like colored pencils to me. Like, they're nice, but like, for the prices they are and for how people talk about them, like, I don't know. Like I said, I'm gonna try them out with some more stuff, and I'm definitely keeping them. I bought them, but I don't know. Like, I eventually had to break out some Prismacolors and some of my favorite pastels. It takes a village. It takes a village of color pencils to finish off portraiture. But okay, let me tell you, we're gonna do like a compliment sandwich or whatever it's called. So some of the things that I like about it, I do like when I went over with the colored pencils, like the ruddy texture it gave his cheeks and stuff. I think that's very artist of him. Artist, I don't want to say his name. I'm trying not to like dox my kids, but I feel like that is how he looks. I do like how vibrant and opaque the paints are, especially the ones that I didn't muddy. I really like that. I also, with the colored pencils, like that white was really, I know it looks a little not chalky, but like a little transparent on his eyes, but I'm telling you, like, I'm gonna do in the second portraiture, I'm gonna do his right eye, and you can see that it's like red because of where the color the mechanical pencil smear. That white is really gonna fix it up. So those are things that I really like about it. Things that I don't like about it: his skin tone is just very muddy and it's very flat, and I don't like it. And it's not the smoothest. With watercolor, you want to do like a lot of soft edges and a lot of hard edges, and I've got the hard edges down. It's doing the blendings to get soft edges that I'm still working on and still have a lot of issues with. But I am glad that I can at least look back and watch the footage and see places where I went wrong or places where I went right too, and improve. So I think that's good. And you know what else I think is good? You guys, thank you so much. We are at, I think when I checked today, it was 96. We are so close to 100. I'm so excited. That's 1/10 of the way to our goal. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. If you guys have any tips or tricks that you think I should know, tell me. If you guys have any ideas for videos, let me know. Look at that white. Cleaned it up. Look at these highlights. Cutie boy. But anyway, thank you guys. We're getting close to the end. I'm gonna show you how it came out. I don't know. This was a nice time. It definitely didn't turn out the way I thought it was gonna turn out, but I still had a great time doing it. I'm really glad I got those paints. I want to work with them some more. I want to do a lot more watercolor portraiture, and yeah, I wanna hang out with you guys a lot more. So here's a picture of it. I know it looks a little faded, but I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, I had fun. I hope you guys had fun, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.